Hello, this is Janet16 and welcome to Building and Detailing a Scene. Of course, I'm at my modern image layout, Cornell Street, and today we are going to be doing part 3. We will be looking at one of the things I wanted to get done for a very long time, and it involves those wires over there. I also got some new things for the layout which I'll show you a bit quick, and one thing I totally forgot to mention in previous in part 2 and part 1 is that the office over here will need a light in. Now, it's not that I forgot to tell you, I totally forgot that buildings have lights in. I was looking at my layout a couple of days ago, all the lights on and that at night time, and I thought, well, surely the site office would have a light in. So that's something I will be doing in another part. Can't do it yet. I do have the LED for it. I have some spare LEDs from one of my RC trucks, but I do need a battery driver to drill the hole on everything, and I got to move the trains from underneath the board because this layout's actually built above the fiddle yard to Stoke Summit. One of the fiddle yards anyway. So yeah, so we're going to do that. You may notice there's a bit of black mixed in with the gravel. I've done that a couple of days ago now, just to see how it would work out really. I still got to do a lot of work to it. Just because I wanted to make the gravel look a bit darker. It looks like patches on the camera, I don't know why, but it's actually quite smoothed in, and it's dark in certain areas, but it's quite mixed in quite nicely. Now obviously a lot of cars are going to hide this over here, and it'd be like all this dripped over time and everything, but I've still got to add a few things to it. We'll do that in another video, but let's get started. So I bought a few things for this area. Now, being a classic car garage, I did want to buy some new classic cars. So I bought these two from Hatton's. This is a Morris Minor pickup truck and also a Ford 100E. Now these were on offer £3 instead of £4 or £5 or something like that. Now 176 are the ideal for the layout. And the reason I bought them is because I wanted two cars that I could really weather up. Maybe have one of them in a corner, like a bit overgrown, because I got a car garage I go to, my dad's friend works, and they got exactly the same thing. In the back of this corner where they park a lot of cars that get done, they got an old car. I think it's an old Citroen of some sort, but it's right overgrown, looks a mess. Wheels are flat, you know, it's a mess. So that's what I want to recreate with one of these cars. Now originally it was going to be the Morris Minor, until they arrived the other day and my dad said that's what Grampy used to have. So I got to keep that one now, and that's got to be one of the classic cars going in for a service. I got to keep it pristine like that. So this is the car that's been elected to be weathered and destroyed, basically. I'm going to paint maybe a door different colour and everything, smash windows. If it's £3, I don't mind what I do to it. I could have easily picked up a Kramer 176 car from a boot sale for like, I don't know, 10p, which I've done in the past, but boot sales don't happen in the winter where I am, so I have to deal with this. But that's okay. I'm happy to use that one now. It's a very nice car. I do like it, so I probably will buy another just to keep. I mean, Hatton's got God knows how many of them. So yeah, that's two new cars for the scene. You may notice the curbs have been painted, the paving, that's not finished. A few other bits that's going in this area is, well, this is what we're going to be working on today. This is I'm not too sure what they're called, to be honest, but you plug a battery into that, wire this to an LED with a resistor, and it'll power an LED. Now these wires go under the board to one of these that's been fitted this morning. I didn't show that because it's at the back of the layout and it just saves time in the video. But the LED I will be using is if I can find it, it's a blue LED. I had a few, to be honest. I bought a couple of them because if I don't use them for this layout, I'll use them for my lorry. This is going to be awkward because the camera's right in the way, but we'll see if I can get it working. Oh, no, it's black to green, isn't it? There we go. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, okay, it don't work. It was working a moment ago. I had it working, so. So what we'll do is, I'll just check if that's okay, and we'll get the soldering iron warmed up, and that's the first part. We will be wiring in the light for the garage. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've set the soldering iron up. It should be warm in any minute. But first of all, I've pulled the wires out a little bit. I put loads of wire on it just so I could have play in it when I do solder up the lights. When these are poured back through into the garage, the LED should fit very nicely in the side of the wall. Now you won't be able to see it because the card that's going in there on the jack, it will hide it. Hopefully, that's the idea. And of course the garage will be detailed up. There is a crate and a few drums in there now, but I do have a few other bits I want to put in there, including some people as well. This is basically my remote control for my CD player, and I'm using it just so I can hold the wire down with some tape. And the reason for that is it's a lot easier when soldering. It's a bit awkward because I got these street lights in, but it should be fine. The soldering iron is more or less ready. Sorry for the sniffy nose. I've had a cold the last few days and it seems to be back today. This one is just normal soldering iron. There's a shop called Real Deal by me and they do it for like £1.30, £1.30, and that will last me a lot. In fact, I still got the original roll here somewhere. I can't find it. But that original roll would have done this entire layout, all the soldering on the layout, all the point motors and everything. And it would have done more if I could find it, but don't know where it's gone. It's just 17G soldering iron. It was actually £1.39, but there it is. Westdale, but 60% tin, 40% lead resin flux. I know professional when it comes to soldering, but I can solder two wires together. It might not look pretty to some, but it does the job. I try and do the best job I can with it. So without further ado, let's get soldering. So I've stuck this wire down just to add a bit of solder to it first. Also, my soldering iron is just a cheap one I bought from a DIY shop, £7.99. But it does the job. I don't need anything too fancy. Let's just put that back. I will eventually buy a nice one. I did have a nice one, to be honest, but it failed on me after just a couple of uses when I was doing my brass engine for my oil gauge. So I'm not too sure why, but it failed. I checked the fuses and everything, it had gone. Just tap that. I need that to go away. There we go. So I'll do the same with this one. Soldering, I mean, a lot of people don't mind it. I don't mind it. There we go, there's plenty on that. So the LED I do have here. Before I solder it up, because I've got several LEDs on my right, I just want to make sure it's the right one. Because knowing my luck, I'll solder a nice bright red or pink one to it. I have pink LEDs for my truck, which I'm probably never going to use. Yeah, it's flashing, that's okay. This is a flashing LED, by the way. Cost me £1 off eBay. There's several on there. I just put pre-wired LED and in the search on that, and this one come up and it said it flashes. Now that might save me the trouble of buying the Train Tech thing to go inside there where you plug the wires into and it gives it like a flickery effect. I'll see how this goes. If I'm not happy with it, I might change it, but I thought it's the same price as a normal LED and I'll try it out and we'll see what happens. So red goes with yellow. I should have used the same colour really wiring for the inside. I'll just solder this. Again, I'm not professional, so this is just, there we go, and I may as well do it black or something. Yeah. But these LEDs are really good. I mean, they're cheap. They are from the UK, so that's good. because I hate waiting for stuff coming from China, even though it's cheap. You've got to wait quite a long time. I don't know if you can see this. You should be able just to see it. There we go. And then we'll do the same for the green wire. Now the green wire is not taped down, so let's get that taped down a bit quick. I wanted to get this light done for a very long time, and don't ask me why, but I bought yellow lights and yellow LEDs, and I was going to film the video, and I thought, wait, Welding lights ain't yellow. So I nearly made a balls up there, but it's okay. Yeah, I just realised the battery's still plugged in, but it shouldn't matter. Right, I will just double check that, but there you go, you can see it flashing. Looks a bit purpley on camera, but it is blue, so that's good. I just checked the solder joint, because I don't want to be putting it all through and then we got to do it again. So sorry if my giant arm's in the way. That solder joint looks fine. So unplug the soldering iron and put it somewhere where it won't burn anything, because I've done that in the past. There we go. So we got a nice flashing blue light. Next thing you need to do is make sure these wires don't contact, because if they contact, it shorts out. It won't work. So you need some electrical tape. I've got plenty in different colours. But the question is, have I got scissors? Yes, I have. I don't know, everything went missing from here the other day. Right. Just get some of this. I don't know, this electrical tape ain't that great actually. So you just got to make sure you don't short out the wires, because it won't work if you do that. And of course these wires got to go in through the O-wall. It was put in the side of the garage, because the garage was made out of plasticard. And I put a big enough hole in there for the LED. But putting this tape on might give us a problem. If it don't, I'll be surprised. There we go. That should be fine. I've got a little bit here for the other wire, not big enough. I've used some sort of electrical tape for this layout now. And also I hope you are enjoying the actual series. I wanted to do it for a while, like I said. I hadn't done much work to this area because I did want to do a video on it, because I'm going to make this a very nice scene on the layout. And as I've said before, and I'm sure you know, it's my layout, so I can do what I want with it. Same when it goes to your layout. You can make your own scene, and that's what really attracts me to model railways. I mean, I love my engines, my steam engines and that. I've always liked steam and railways, but model railways, making it your own thing, it's brilliant. It really is. And that's the same that goes with my RC scale trucks. Like my Scania, my Merc, I've made on my own. The one I'm working on at the moment is, well, will be amazing when it's done. I've spent a lot of money on it and it should be great. So that is flickering away. I'm going to go to the other side of the board and pour the light through, and we will see what it looks like. Okay, so day has passed. I've managed to get the light in to the actual garage itself. However, it did take a lot of work. The O-wall that the wires were put in weren't wide enough for the actual tape that I insulated the wires with, the joins, to go through. So I had a bit of trouble with that. However, it is all working. If you bear with me a second, I will show you. I've got a battery here. There we go. I don't know what that looks like on camera, but you can see the light in that. So next thing to do is the actual jack that's going to have the car on. Now, I worked on this last night for a few hours, just finding a way to do it, and here we are. So what I've used is, you can just about make it out actually, underneath that red pillar, that is from, I don't know if I got a spare one actually, you can buy a kit, a Pico, I think it's Pico actually, and it's a bus stop. Now these bus stops are what I'm using for Cornell Street, the actual station, and this is what they look like. They come with a sign that would have the bus stop times. If you go back to episode 1, you would see that this Mercedes is on the actual ramp. Now, because it's classic car garage, I thought this car's a bit too modern. So what I'm going to do is put it in there anyway, not put a car on it yet, and the car's not going to be stuck, because the only reason I stuck the Merc to it was because it's an old car. I don't really care for it that much, but once it's stuck in there, we shouldn't have to stick anything. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this, well, not stick it in there, we'll place it in there first, and we'll see what it looks like. If I can get it in there. There we go. That looks alright. It's a bit off centre, so what I'm going to do is pause the camera and we shall have a look what it looks like when I've manoeuvred it a bit. Okay, so the car lift has been put inside the garage now and it looks very nice. I have just tried this Mercedes inside that, however I am also looking at putting this Capri in there. So, well, let's put the Capri in actually, let's see what it looks like. Now the ramp's quite delicate, I mean you can't really force it too much, but yes, I would say that's a success. Gives plenty of room for the actual figures underneath, the people. The people I have, I got one that's got a torch and a piece of paper looking like shining upwards, ideal for that. So it looks like he is really looking underneath the car. The actual lift bit I used, the red, that will be, I'll get some weathering powders just to dull it down. It's a bit too bright, but it's alright, it's stuck in there now, that's not a problem. I can do that with a brush in there. So that's good. So the two cars I had come for this was this Mars Minor and this Ford 100E. The Ford 100E, as you can actually see, I've painted one of these panels blue. Now I've done that last night, just messing about, but I'm going to be weathering them up, and if I get a rusty weathering powder, I should do that now. Let's just grab this. We'll get the camera zoomed out a bit. There we go. You can see a lovely grizzly teak coach underneath, which is great. So I'm going to give this a coat of this rusty colour, just to tone it up a bit. And doing this, it should give it a nice actual rusty look, because this is a car that's going to be in the corner out of the way, so straight away I can see that looks a lot better. Gives it a nice dirty rusty look, because the idea for this car was to put it in a corner, as I said in the beginning of this episode. Again, I was asked how I stick the weathering powders. The hut over here, the office, that has now been done, and I just used hairspray for that. This is actually working really well, the rust on the red, it looks really good. Gives it a right odour look, dirty look. I will take a picture of this in the end of the video, so if you want to see the outcome, it'll be in the end of the video and you can see that. I gotta say these weathering powders are very good. I do like them. Originally I was going to take a wheel off this car, but I decided not to. Okay, so here's the car. The car's been weathered up. I did use some black on it afterwards as well. Some of the weathering powder core dust black, and it worked out really well. Again, the camera doesn't give it any justice because the light's kind of shining on the car a little bit. If I put my arm there, you should see it a bit more. I will still add some more to the wheels, some rust, but no, it looks pretty good. So yeah, and I mean the blue panel, painting that a different colour just brings the car alive. I'm glad I done that last night. I'm really pleased with that. So I've just gave it a coat of lacquer as well, clear lacquer, not matte. I should have used a matte really to dull it down, but that's okay. I can add a bit more dust, and it looks very good. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Like I said, I'll add a bit more rust to the wheels, but apart from that, I think the car's ready to go in the corner. It'd be overgrown, like I said. There'd be a bit of some bushes around in that, but no, it turned out very good. So I'll take a picture of it in the end of this video, so have a look at that. But thanks for watching. That's the end of part 3. And part 4 we will be taking a look at detailing the actual garage up, adding bits into the garage and everything. So thanks for watching, and more coming soon. Bye for now.